Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Everyday English Channel. We're so excited to have you here with us today. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Jack. This is where we talk about English the way real people actually speak it. Not the textbook version, but the natural, everyday language you hear in real conversations.
If you want to understand and speak English more naturally, you're in the perfect place. Please hit that like button and subscribe to Everyday English Channel. It really helps us continue making these conversations for you. And Jack reads every single comment, so don't be shy about sharing your thoughts.
I really do read them all, usually with my morning coffee. And speaking of things that happen every year, today we're talking about Black Friday, one of the biggest shopping days in the world. And whether you love it or hate it, it's definitely something worth discussing.
Black Friday. And this is one of those cultural phenomena that has spread far beyond where it started. It began in the United States, but now you see Black Friday sales all over the world, even in countries that don't celebrate Thanksgiving.
Right, and that's interesting in itself. Black Friday originally happened the day after Thanksgiving, which is a Thursday in America. So Friday became this massive shopping day. But now it's become this global shopping event that happens even in places where Thursday is just a regular day.
So let's start with the basics. What exactly is Black Friday? Where did this name come from?
Good question. There are actually a few stories about the name, but the most common one is about accounting. Traditionally, businesses would record losses in red ink and profits in black ink. The idea was that this day after Thanksgiving was when retailers would finally move from red to black, from losses to profits because of all the holiday shopping.
From red to black. So it's actually about the color of ink in accounting books. That's not as exciting as I thought it would be.
Right? It's a very business-focused name. But there's another origin story that's a bit darker. Some people say the name came from the chaos in the streets of Philadelphia in the 1950s. The day after Thanksgiving, huge crowds would flood the city for shopping and for the Army-Navy football game. The police had to work extra long shifts dealing with the traffic and the crowds, and they started calling it Black Friday because it was such a difficult day for them.
So either it's about profit margins or about chaotic crowds. Either way, it doesn't sound like a particularly cheerful name for a shopping day.
No, it doesn't. But somehow it became this huge cultural event. Now when people hear Black Friday, they think of massive sales, doorbuster deals, people camping outside stores, rushing in when the doors open. It's become almost like a sport.
A sport? That's a good way to describe it. Because some people really do treat it like a competition. They plan their strategy weeks in advance. They make lists of what they want to buy. They map out which stores to hit first. They set alarms for the middle of the night to catch online deals.
The planning is intense, and I think that's what makes Black Friday so interesting to talk about. It's not just shopping, it's this whole experience. It's the thrill of getting a deal, the excitement of finding something you want at a price you can't believe, the rush of competition.
But let's be honest, it's also become pretty controversial. A lot of people hate Black Friday. They think it's too commercial, too materialistic, too chaotic. They don't want any part of it.
Absolutely, and I think both perspectives are valid. Some people genuinely enjoy it. They like the excitement, they like finding deals, they like the tradition of going shopping with friends or family. Other people find it stressful and overwhelming, and they think it represents everything wrong with consumer culture.
So you can love it or hate it, but either way, it's hard to ignore, especially if you live in a place where Black Friday has become a big deal. You see the advertisements everywhere, your email inbox gets flooded with sale announcements, every store has banners screaming about discounts.
Right, it's unavoidable. And that's part of why it's worth talking about. Even if you don't participate, you're still affected by it. Your friends might ask if you're going Black Friday shopping. Your family might suggest it as an activity. You have to decide whether you're in or out.
Let's talk about the shopping experience itself. What actually happens on Black Friday? Paint the picture for people who've never experienced it.
Okay, so traditionally, stores would open very early, sometimes at midnight, sometimes at 4 or 5 in the morning. People would line up outside, sometimes hours before the store opened, to be first in line. When the doors opened, everyone would rush in. There would be crowds of people moving quickly through the aisles, grabbing items, sometimes literally running to get to the best deals first.
It sounds intense and kinda stressful, honestly.
It can be very stressful. There are stories every year about people getting into fights over items, about stampedes when doors open, about people getting hurt in the chaos. It's not always fun and games. Sometimes it gets genuinely dangerous.
That's the dark side of it, when the desire for a good deal turns into actual aggression, when people forget that they're dealing with other human beings and just see competition.
Right, and I think that's why a lot of people have turned away from in-store Black Friday shopping. They don't want to deal with the crowds and the stress and the potential danger. They'd rather shop online from the comfort of their couch.
Online shopping has really changed Black Friday, hasn't it?
Completely. Now you don't have to leave your house to participate. You can browse deals online, compare prices across different websites, make purchases without fighting through crowds. It's so much more convenient.
And that's led to Cyber Monday, right? The Monday after Black Friday became a big online shopping day.
Exactly. Cyber Monday was created specifically for online deals. The idea was that people would be back at work on Monday and they'd use their work computers to shop online. That was back when not everyone had good internet at home. Now, of course, everyone shops online from anywhere, but the name stuck.
So now we have this whole weekend of sales: Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Monday. It's become a 4-day shopping marathon.
And honestly, it's stretched even beyond that. A lot of stores start their Black Friday sales on Thanksgiving Thursday. Some stores run sales for the entire week. Black Friday has basically become Black November at this point.
Black November? That's not catchy at all, but you're right. The sales period keeps getting longer and longer, which makes you wonder, are the deals even real anymore? If everything is on sale all the time, is anything really a deal?
That's the big question. And the truth is, not all Black Friday deals are actually good deals. Some stores raise their prices beforehand and then discount them back to the normal price. Some deals are on products that aren't very good quality. Some sales require you to buy in bulk or jump through hoops to get the advertised price.
So you have to be smart about it. You can't just assume that because something says Black Friday sale, it's automatically a great deal.
Right. The smart shoppers do their research beforehand. They know what the normal prices are. They track prices over time. They read reviews to make sure the product is actually good. They don't just buy something because it's on sale.
That takes discipline, though, because the whole point of Black Friday marketing is to create urgency. Limited time only, while supplies last, doorbuster deal. They want you to feel like you have to buy right now or you'll miss out forever.
FOMO, fear of missing out. That's what drives a lot of Black Friday shopping. People buy things they don't really need or even want just because it's such a good deal and they're afraid they'll regret it if they don't buy it.
I've definitely done that. Bought something on Black Friday because the discount was so good and then never used it. It sits in my closet still in the box because I didn't actually need it in the first place.
We've all done it, and that's exactly what retailers are counting on. They know that a big discount makes people buy impulsively. You're not thinking about whether you need it, you're thinking about what a great deal it is.
So the best Black Friday strategy might actually be to not shop at all, to just ignore the whole thing.
For some people, yes. If you don't need anything and you're not good at resisting impulse purchases, staying away from Black Friday altogether is probably smart. But if you do need to buy something and you know exactly what you want, Black Friday can actually be a good time to get it.
So use it strategically. If you know you need a new laptop or a new TV or winter clothes, and you've been planning to buy these things anyway, then Black Friday might be a good opportunity to save money.
Exactly. The key is having a plan. Know what you need before you start shopping. Set a budget. Don't get distracted by deals on things you don't need. Treat it like any other shopping trip, just with better prices.
Let's talk about the psychology of it. Why do people get so excited about sales and discounts? What's happening in our brains when we see a big price reduction?
Our brains love deals. When we see something discounted, we get a little hit of dopamine. It feels good. We feel smart, like we're winning. We're getting more value for our money. That feeling is actually part of the reward, not just the product itself.
So we're not just buying the product, we're buying the feeling of getting a good deal.
Right. And sometimes that feeling is actually more satisfying than the product. You might be more excited about the fact that you got a TV for 50% off than you are about actually watching the TV. The hunt, the victory, that's the fun part.
That explains why some people enjoy Black Friday shopping even though it's stressful. They like the challenge. They like the feeling of winning.
Exactly. It's like a game, and some people are very competitive. They want to find the best deals, get the best stuff, outsmart the system. For them, Black Friday is entertaining.
But it can also bring out the worst in people. We've all seen those videos of people fighting over TVs or pushing each other out of the way. What is it about Black Friday that makes people act like that?
Scarcity. When people believe there's limited supply, they panic. They stop thinking rationally and start operating on instinct. The instinct says, I need to get this before someone else does. Add in the crowd mentality, where everyone around you is rushing and grabbing things, and people can lose their sense of perspective.
They forget that it's just stuff, that no discount is worth hurting someone over, that it's not actually life or death.
Right. And honestly, most Black Friday chaos could be avoided if stores just had better crowd management and more inventory. But some stores actually create artificial scarcity on purpose. They only stock a few units of the really amazing deals, knowing it'll create a frenzy.
That seems manipulative. They're deliberately creating chaos to generate excitement and publicity.
It is manipulative, and it works. Those videos of people fighting over TVs, they go viral. They get millions of views. Everyone talks about it. It's free advertising for the store. Even if the publicity is negative, it reminds everyone that Black Friday exists and that the deals are supposedly so good that people are willing to fight for them.
Wow, when you put it that way, it's kind of dark. But let's talk about something more positive. For people who do enjoy Black Friday shopping, what's the best approach? How can you have a good experience without the stress and danger?
First, shop online if possible. You get most of the same deals without the crowds. Second, if you do shop in person, go with a friend. It's more fun and safer with company. Third, set a budget before you start and stick to it. Fourth, make a list on what you actually need and don't get distracted by other deals. And fifth, remember that it's just shopping. It's not worth getting stressed or angry over.
Those are good practical tips. Keep it fun, keep it safe, keep it under control. What about the opposite? For people who hate Black Friday and want nothing to do with it, how do they navigate the pressure to participate?
Just say no. You don't owe anyone an explanation for why you're not shopping on Black Friday. If friends invite you, you can just say, that's not really my thing, but thanks. If family expects it as a tradition, you can suggest alternative activities. Instead of shopping, why don't we go for a hike or have a movie marathon?
So, set boundaries. Don't let other people's enthusiasm pressure you into doing something you don't want to do.
Exactly. And remember, opting out of Black Friday is a perfectly valid choice. You're not being difficult or antisocial. You're just choosing not to participate in this particular cultural event. That's fine.
Let's talk about Black Friday from a global perspective, because as I mentioned earlier, it's spread to countries all over the world. But it doesn't always make sense in those places, does it?
Not really. Black Friday was tied to Thanksgiving, which is an American holiday. So when other countries adopted Black Friday, they're basically just adopting the shopping part without the cultural context. It's a day of sales that happens in November for no particular reason, except that it happens in America.
That's kind of strange when you think about it. It's pure commercialism. There's no holiday behind it, no tradition, no meaning. It's just shopping.
Right. And some people in other countries find it weird or off-putting. They see it as American commercial culture being imported into their country. Others embrace it because who doesn't like a good sale? It's complicated.
It's interesting how some cultural things spread globally and others don't. Black Friday spread. Thanksgiving didn't. What's the difference?
Money. Black Friday spread because businesses wanted it to spread. Retailers saw an opportunity to boost sales, so they promoted Black Friday heavily. They marketed it, they ran sales, they created the expectation. Thanksgiving didn't spread because there's no profit motive behind it. Nobody makes money from people eating turkey and spending time with family.
So the things that spread globally are the things that make money. That's a bit cynical, but probably accurate.
Unfortunately, yeah. And that's part of why Black Friday can feel so hollow to some people. It's not about anything meaningful. It's just about consuming, buying stuff, spending money.
But people do genuinely use Black Friday to buy gifts for loved ones, to get Christmas shopping done, to buy things for their homes. It's not all mindless consumption.
That's true, and I don't want to be too negative about it. If someone needs to buy a laptop for school or winter coats for their kids or gifts for the holidays, and they can save money by shopping on Black Friday, that's great. That's practical. That makes sense.
So, like most things, it's not all good or all bad. It depends on how you approach it.
Exactly. Black Friday can be a useful tool for smart shoppers, or it can be a stressful, chaotic, expensive mess. It depends on your mindset and your strategy.
Let's talk about alternatives, because in recent years we've seen some pushback against Black Friday, movements encouraging people to shop small, shop local, or not shop at all. What are those about?
Small Business Saturday is one. That's the Saturday after Black Friday, and it encourages people to shop at local, independently owned businesses instead of big chain stores. The idea is to support your local economy and small business owners who might struggle to compete with big retailers.
I like that. It's using the same shopping momentum, but directing it towards businesses that might need it more.
Right. And then there's movements like Buy Nothing Day, which is the complete opposite. It's an anti-consumer protest where people intentionally don't buy anything at all on Black Friday. They're making a statement about overconsumption and materialism.
Buy Nothing Day? That's bold. Do many people actually participate in that?
Some do. It's not as big as Black Friday itself, obviously, but it's growing. More people are becoming aware of the environmental and social costs of overconsumption. They're thinking about where their products come from, who made them, what impact their purchases have.
That's the ethical side of shopping that doesn't get talked about much during Black Friday. When everything is about getting the lowest price, you don't think about why that price is so low. What corners were cut? Were workers paid fairly? Is the product built to last, or will it break in 6 months?
Those are really important questions, but Black Friday isn't designed to make you think about those things. It's designed to make you focus on price and only price. The cheaper, the better.
So maybe a more thoughtful approach to Black Friday would be to consider not just the price, but the quality, the ethics, the longevity of what you're buying.
Definitely. Ask yourself, do I need this? Will I actually use it? Is it good quality? Is the company ethical? Those questions will lead to better purchasing decisions than just, is it cheap?
What about the environmental impact? Because Black Friday generates a massive amount of consumption, which means a massive amount of waste eventually.
That's a huge concern. All those products require resources to make. They require energy to ship. They come in packaging that gets thrown away. And many of them, especially the cheapest deals, are low quality and won't last long, so they end up in landfills relatively quickly.
So by buying cheap stuff on Black Friday, we might actually be creating more waste and more environmental harm than if we bought fewer, better quality items at regular price.
Possibly, yes. It's a trade-off. You save money now, but the environmental cost is higher, and the product might not last as long, so you end up buying replacements sooner, which costs more money and creates more waste in the long run.
It's complicated. There are so many factors to consider: price, quality, ethics, environment, personal needs, budget. Shopping is actually a lot more complex than just finding the lowest price.
It really is. And I think that's what gets lost in the Black Friday frenzy. When everything is about speed and excitement and getting the best deal, you don't have time to think about all those other factors. You just grab and go.
So the antidote to that might be to slow down, to shop intentionally, to think before you buy, even on Black Friday.
Even on Black Friday, take your time, make a list, stick to your budget. Think about what you actually need. Don't get swept up in the excitement and buy a bunch of stuff you don't need just because it's cheap.
Let's talk about the future of Black Friday. Where is this heading? Will it keep growing? Will it eventually die out? What do you think?
I think it's going to keep evolving. Physical store Black Friday might shrink as more people shop online, but the idea of a big November sale event will probably stick around because retailers love it and consumers respond to it. It might just look different. Less stampedes, more email marketing.
So it becomes less of an event and more just regular online shopping with discounts.
Probably, which honestly might be better. The chaos and danger of in-store Black Friday was never a good thing. If we can keep the deals but lose the crowds and stress, that's an improvement.
What about younger generations? Do young people care about Black Friday the way previous generations did?
I think it's mixed. Some young people love it. They grew up with it, they're comfortable shopping online, they're good at finding deals. Others are more skeptical. They're aware of the environmental impact, they're suspicious of consumer culture, and they prefer to spend money on experiences rather than things.
So it might depend on values. If you value finding deals and getting good prices, Black Friday appeals to you. If you value sustainability and minimalism, it doesn't.
Right. And there's room for both perspectives. You can participate in Black Friday in a thoughtful way. You can look for deals on things you actually need while still being conscious of your values.
It doesn't have to be all or nothing. You don't have to either embrace consumerism completely or reject it entirely. You can find a middle path.
Exactly. And that's true for most things in life, not just Black Friday. There's usually a middle path that makes sense for your situation and your values.
Before we finish, let's talk about language, because Black Friday has given us some interesting expressions and vocabulary. What are some of the key phrases people should know?
Doorbuster is a big one. That's a deal that's so good it makes people rush through the doors. Usually it's a very limited quantity item at a very low price. Lightning deal is similar, a deal that only lasts for a short time. Price match means if you find a lower price somewhere else, the store will match it. Door crash or doorbuster hours means the early morning hours when stores first open.
Those are all very specific to this shopping context. What else?
Shop till you drop means shopping so long that you're exhausted. Retail therapy is the idea of shopping to make yourself feel better when you're sad. Impulse buy is buying something without planning to, just because you saw it and wanted it in that moment.
And we've mentioned FOMO already, fear of missing out. That's a big part of Black Friday psychology.
Right. And buyer's remorse is what you feel after you buy something and then regret it. That happens a lot after Black Friday. People get caught up in the excitement, buy things they don't need, and then feel guilty about it later.
So here's what I want our audience to take away from this. Black Friday is a big cultural event, especially in the United States, but increasingly around the world. It can be fun if you enjoy shopping and finding deals, but it can also be stressful, overwhelming, and wasteful if you're not careful. The key is to approach it thoughtfully. Know what you need, set a budget, don't get caught up in the hype, and remember that no deal is worth fighting someone over or going into debt for.
And know that it's okay to opt out entirely. You don't have to participate in Black Friday if it doesn't appeal to you. There's no rule that says you have to shop just because everyone else is shopping. Do what makes sense for your life and your values.
Now, we want to hear from you. Do you participate in Black Friday? Do you love it or hate it? Do you have any Black Friday stories, good or bad? Share in the comments. We love hearing from our community.
And if you found this conversation helpful or interesting, please give us a thumbs up and share it with someone who might enjoy it. Subscribe to Everyday English channel so you don't miss our future conversations. We're here to help you learn English naturally.
Remember, whether you shop on Black Friday or not, you're making a choice that's right for you. Don't let anyone pressure you either way. Trust yourself to know what makes sense for your situation.
Take care of yourselves, take care of your wallets, and if you do shop, shop smart.
Until next time, may your deals be real and your shopping be stress-free.
Happy shopping, everyone, or happy not shopping, whatever works for you.
See you in the next one.